video, I want to talk to you about blues forms, specifically blues lyric forms. This is going to come in very handy when you are writing your blues songs. So I want to explain how these forms work and give you a couple of examples. Quick caveat, not caveat, apology. This video is probably going to be a little bit longer than what I like my videos to be, but I have a lot of information that I need to get out, and it's going to be really helpful in terms of you constructing your blues songs. So with that, let's get to it. Now, a general thing to keep in mind for blues songs is that they tell stories. Blues songs relate stories, but they don't necessarily tell them in chronological order, like this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Blues stories, blues songs are more about emotion and experience, relating emotion and experience, okay? So the question becomes then, what type of blues form will best serve the story that you want to tell? And we have several different types of blues forms at our disposal. Now, the reading talks about 12-bar blues form, and essentially what this is 12 measures, 12 bars, divided into 3 lines of 4 measures. So you've got 3 lines of text, and it's really these 3 lines of text that we are interested in. How do you organize them? How do you put them together into a blues song? And there are several different ways of doing this. The most common of the 12-bar blues forms with these 3 lines of text is AAB form. Okay, so you have a line A, a line of text. My teacher is so mean, she gives me homework every day. Then you repeat that. Second A, my teacher is so mean, she gives me homework every day. Then you have an answering line, B. She gives me homework one more time, I'm gonna run away. Okay, so we have A, B form. That's our first verse. Now, second verse might be line A. Can't wait till school's over and I'll be on my own. Then you repeat that. I can't wait till school's over and I'll be on my own. Then you have an answering statement, B. Heading back to all my friends, yeah, heading back home. Okay? So that is AAB form. As I say, it's the most common of the 12-bar blues forms, but it's not the only one. Another potential form is ABB form. Here, the repetition is in a different place. So you, as the storyteller, need to decide what it is you want to emphasize. Okay? Taking our previous first verse, do you want to emphasize how mean the teacher is? If so, you repeat the first line of text. If you want to emphasize your reaction, you repeat the second line of text. That's ABB form. Okay, so it's really up to you and what you want to emphasize. Now, maybe you don't want repetition. Maybe you just want to tell more of the story. Then you could use ABC form. So you have your line A, my teacher is so mean, she gives me homework every day. Line B, she gives me homework one more time, I'm gonna run away. Line C, can't wait till the weekend, I get to kick up my heels and play. Okay, so there you don't have any repetition. It is just telling more of the story. Okay, another potential form that you can use is called AB refrain. There is an excellent example of this type of form in the song Railroad Bill that's on our YouTube playlist for this week. So essentially what you have a line A, Railroad Bill ought to be killed. Then the singer sings the answering line B, he ain't never worked and he said he never will. And then he sings the refrain, that seemed right to old Railroad Bill. That's like the first verse. Then the next verse, line A, Railroad Bill, sitting on a hill. Line B, lighting $6 with a $10 bill. And the refrain, that seemed right to old Railroad Bill. So in this form, you'd have repetition, but the repetition is happening in a different place. It's happening in the refrain, okay? Still 3 lines of text. Always 3 lines of text with these forms. Now, some things to notice about these forms, right? 3 lines of text. Can't emphasize that enough. And each line rhymes, right? In AAB, ABB, and ABC forms, each line rhymes. AB refrain is a little bit different. If you listen through the entire song, you'll notice that the refrain doesn't always rhyme with the previous lines of text, but the lines A and B always rhyme with each other, okay? Now, something else that's a little bit more subtle about 12-bar blues lyrical forms is that there is a natural lift or a natural pause in the middle of each line. My teacher is so mean, she gives me homework every day, right? Railroad Bill, sitting on a hill. These are not disconnected thoughts, right? There's not a hard stop in the middle of each one. But there is a natural, organic pause in the thought that is being conveyed. Okay, so when you are using 12-bar blues forms, think about that. Think about how you incorporate that natural pause into the line and into the story. Okay? Now, another form that is a little bit different from what we have been looking at so far is called quatrain form. And in quatrain form, you have 4 lines of text instead of 3. So you've got a little bit more to work with in quatrain form, potentially. These lines of text in quatrain form tend to be a little bit shorter. They don't have to be. Sometimes these also have these natural lifts and pauses in the middle of a line. But on the whole, they tend to be a little bit shorter. The lines tend to be a little bit shorter in quatrain form. Okay? And usually within these 4 lines of text, the second and fourth lines rhyme. Lines 1 and 3 can, they don't have to, but lines 2 and 4 will rhyme with each other. So taking what we have seen, what we have used previously, and reworking it into quatrain form might sound a little bit like, my teacher's so mean, that's line 1. She gives me homework every day, that's line 2. She gives me homework one more time, line 3. I'm gonna run away, line 4. Okay, so you have a little bit shorter lines of text, lines 2 and 4 rhyme. Okay, now for your blues song, you can use any or all of these forms. If you want to just stick to one of them for all 4 verses of your song, that's totally fine. If you want to use a different form for each verse, that is also totally fine. Be thinking about the story that you want to tell. What do you want to emphasize? What do you want to express? And how will these forms help you do that? Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. If there's any questions anytime, please let me know. And yeah, there's gonna be another video.